and a great teammate of mine, and the only person that can run next to a cheetah, take the spots off of him and put them back on him. He is currently the GM of Florida International University. And by the way, good luck today against Delaware. He has taken the time. He's so fast that he could be at the field and come here, get on the call, and get back before the game. And I really appreciate him coming on from Florida International University. Jose is the founder of College Gridiron Showcase, the college all-star event that helps collegiate football players get to professional levels. With decades of experience developing athletes, he knows what recruiters and coaches are really looking for. Please listen to what Jose Jefferson has to say. He shares what he and coaches look for in the high school recruits, but also what he sees in the families. One of the fastest guys I've ever met in my life. I'm dead serious when I say this. Jose, can you come in? Oh, he went by already.
I'm here. Wow, how do I follow that?
You're not. You're going to run with it, right? Like a cheetah?
No doubt, no doubt. Well, welcome everybody, and thank you for having me on. And as Adrian said, we go back like seats in an old Chevy. I mean, at least almost 30 plus now. I mean, so getting right into it. The recruiting world is really changed. When we came here at FIU, we wanted to still get high school kids and develop them, and then if we had an opportunity, get a few guys from the portal, just dibble or dabble, and we did that, and we end up with the #1 recruiting class in Conference USA for 2025. But the problem was we couldn't get better right away through the spring, so we had to go to the portal. And 20 guys later, we basically changed around our roster, and we changed, I think it was 48 guys, which still isn't very high compared to some people in our conference. But I could tell you, once we did that, we started on our 26s. And as of right now, I think we have 2026 commits already for this following year. So we're just like everybody else advancing with recruiting. I mean, we even have a 27 commit. So the landscape has changed tremendously, and I think it's going to continue to change. But I could tell you here at FIU, when we recruit guys, we recruit them on 3 criteria, and in this order: character, intelligence, and ability. A lot of it, the environment is going to shape you regardless of where you go. I mean, I know everybody wants to go to the big schools, the big names, but sometimes that environment doesn't shape you the way that you need to be shaped. And, you have to have the character aspect of it. And I will say this in terms of the recruiting process. I mean, a lot of kids are looking for offers. They want offers. And that's well and good. And I know there's a thing to where if you get a certain amount of offers, sometimes that equals money, sometimes it doesn't. I could tell you, we went to a GM's meeting in Nashville in August, and the success rate for an incoming freshman who receives funds or NIL or revenue share is about 38% success rate. And the reason being, and what I mean by success rate, success at that school. And the reason why it's so low is because of the mobility of the player. If he's not happy, then he's going to go. And so that's why schools are looking for kids in the transfer portal. That's what we do, that have 200 or 300 snaps before we bring them in, because that success rate jumps from 39% to 80%. So you hear a lot of stories of these kids getting lots and lots of money coming out. I don't get caught up into that, because fairly soon it's going to get regulated pretty heavily. And right now they've already started that process with just one portal window in January. There used to be 2, now they're just 1. And pretty soon the monies are going to be regulated, because think about this. I mean, it's actually turning into the pros, because you have these kids that are gaining money now, and some of those kids are making more money than the kids that are playing and starting right now, which disrupts your locker room. And that's what coaches are slowly figuring out, which Adrian and myself, being in the pros, have figured out for years, that it's never been a thing. So I don't really want to talk a lot. I kind of really wanted to answer any questions that somebody may have. And if you didn't have any questions, I could tell you the ones I've been asked, and we can elaborate on that. So Amanda or Adrian, I can't see your chats or anything, or somebody throws one in the chat or not.
No, we do have a few questions. One of the biggest things that we keep getting asked is in regards to, one of the questions that come up is in regards to the NIL, as far as, what does a non 5-star guy, what are you looking at when you're, just a player that the school's interested in? How are y'all handling NIL with those kids?
We aren't. I mean, and I'll just say that quite honestly, because like here at FIU, there's 3 types of players, actually 4 types of players. And this is how we grade them. You're either a starter, you're either a key backup, or you're a special teams guy, or you're a developmental guy. We don't call it scout team. You're a developmental guy because we're developing you. And so if you're an incoming freshman, if you're not a non 5-star, you're probably going to drop into that developmental bucket. And when you're in that developmental bucket, and we stay true to our word, you get 2 years to work into those other 3 roles, either a special teams guy, starter, or key backup. And so coming in, if you're a non-star person, that conversation, you're going to be very lucky just to get the scholarship, quite honestly. And we're pretty fortunate to where we recruited our freshmen well. And right now, a good chunk of our freshmen are either on special teams or they're key backups. And the conversations will probably go into January with NIL. But to come, the question I always ask is, are you a finished product? And if you're not, why should I pay you? The payment is your scholarship, the education you're going to get, and the coaching you're going to get.
Okay. Miss Amanda, do you have any questions that came through or anything?
Yeah, I have one. I loved I'm abbreviating, but the CIA, the character intelligence ability, that was a great way and right in line with everything that we're saying. I guess if I could feed off that, I think that's great how you guys categorize, but what makes or breaks a prospect? Because I think that kind of gets overlooked. I think they know what they need to do, but they don't realize how little things they may do, and just being youth, being high school, being whatever that looks like, that there's things that you can do that can break your opportunities as well. What are things for you?
Well, as Coach Simmons says, he has a saying, beware of dogs. And it's an acronym, DAWGS, dogs. First one being drugs, the D. The second one, the A being alcohol. The third one, W being women. The G being guns. And the last one is speeding. If you look at where all kids go downhill, it's one of those 5 things. And that's part of the character check is, are you bewaring the dogs, and if you're not doing that, then that's a ding on the character. Your grades. We're in Florida. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, so I'm very new to things down here, but Florida is still a state that requires you to take a test to enter school. And so your academics is a big piece of it, because right now, Florida or FIU is a top 50 university, number 1. Number 2, it is the top academic university in the state of Florida. And I think close behind us is University of Florida. So if you want to come here, expect to have high academic standards, because as of right now, since we've been here, we've had 2 semesters so far of athletes being at our whole team being at a 3.0. So those are other things. How you carry yourself. I mean, can you look somebody square in the eye? Can you hold on a conversation? And most importantly, do you love football? I mean, you it's like the Karate Kid. You're either karate yes or karate no. You can't be karate maybe. And a lot of kids don't know if they love football, which is fine. However, if you don't want to compete, don't come here. If you don't want to work hard, don't come here. If you don't think you're gonna slide and not go to classes, don't come here. And so that's just not even including the critical factors, like are you 6 foot or whatever your weight are. So you can have those critical factors that we're looking for on the field, but if you don't match the other things, we move on.
And what kind of things do you look at for those other things?
The other things in terms of the critical factors of
Yeah,
an
like
athlete.
the character, like obviously I heard how you speak to each other, that's a big piece of it. But what other methodologies do you guys use to be able to find out about their character?
You know, we talk to coaches, we talk to people in their building, their high school coaches, their high school counselors. And quite honestly, in this generation, me and Adrian talked about this offline many a times, but they tell on themselves in social media.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all you got to do is look at Twitter or look at Instagram. I mean, everybody wants a brand, everybody has a story. And, you know, like I tell the kids all the time, my three things are, if it seems wrong, it probably is. Number one. Number two, silence is compliance. So if you know about something, you don't say anything, you're about as guilty as the people doing it. And number three, don't let bad news beat you home. And all I got to do is go to social media and know where you're at, know what you're doing, know who you're hanging out with. And so kids, honestly, help us out with that.
Thank you. That's perfect.
Yeah, and to take what you said, Jose, I really like the fact that, you know, like you said, that, you know, when you're talking to them and the dogs, the drugs, the alcohol, the women's, the guns, you know, and speeding and all those things. But as you being the person that now you're in a spot, in a role where you are a decision maker and you're seeing these families come through, how hard is it, or how are you looking at these families with the lenses that you're looking at them to say, hey, we need to make sure that your kid fits our program?
And that's honestly dealing with NIL and revenue sharing between the agents, the players themselves, or the parents. The parents are the hardest one to deal with. Because think about it, if you have children, which I imagine all of us on this call do, you have somebody like me devaluing your child, you know, and not intentionally. Is just, you know, we think our child is worth an infinite amount of money or an infinite amount of value, and we are dinging them, you know, on the little things. But the thing I've learned is how you talk with anybody is you use two things. You use honesty and you use respect. And just sometimes you're just not a fit at a place, and it's okay, because I can tell you right now at FIU, we can't be all things to all people either.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. We know that y'all have a game today. Good luck on that game with Delaware.
Yes.
Y'all will go to 2-1, hopefully, right?
Well, we're 2-1 already. We're going 3-1.
3-1. Yeah.
3-1. I saw a question pop up on the.
You answered it. You hit it kind of.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you answered it. The question was, what would be one of the things that oh no, it just came up. Another question about what would be one thing I could do to catch your program's eye or set myself apart from the pack?
Honestly, being 100% honest, do your job. You know, you don't have to be. It's like you know, we talk about it. You don't have to be Superman on every play. You know, you got to be Clark Kent, and then when you're called to be Superman, that's when you need to be Superman. But when I watch film, I don't necessarily. I don't care for highlight films. I truly don't, because, you know, it's what you're showing me 5 or 6 clips out of a 60-70 play game. You know, I want to know what you did those other clips. And if the ball's away from you, are you, you know, if you're a defender, are you chasing down the ball? If you're offensive, are you, you know, following up the play? Every little thing like that. And I'm a detail person like that. So I'm a junkie like that. I want to watch everything you do, but standing out from the pack is sometimes just doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like I said, just be Clark Kent. You don't have to be Superman.
Awesome, man. Well, we thank you very much for your 15 minutes of fame. I know you've had way more than 15 minutes of fame in your lifetime. You're about to go get some more fame today. Well, man, congratulations on your new position there. Keep doing a great job, man. You know, we talk all the time. So, but I just want the fans and the people to know who you are and what you do. And good luck, man. Do your thing today, and you guys. And I'll talk to you later.
You bet. Thank you. Pause up.
Pause up. All right.